Welcome in, everyone. I'm SquishableMoon, your shooting star with a ranch addiction, fewer brain cells than the common garden snail. And welcome back to my channel. Steven Universe, as we all know by now, the amazing show, has garnered a pretty large fan base. Even though it's over, I do kind of miss it. I definitely wasn't one of the first people to fall in love with Steven Universe, to admit, to be honest. I tend to wait until things are over and done with before watching them, especially if they're popular, like Steven Universe itself. And even though I heard that it was a really great cartoon, I just didn't want to give it a chance, honestly. The beginning, the art style wasn't exactly something I was fond of. I thought it looked kind of weird since I can be a little bit picky when it comes to my shows. However, once I gave it a chance, I fell head over heels in love with it. Funny thing is, I'm pretty sure my boyfriend is the one who suggested it to me. One day he brought it up and I was like, of course, Boo Boo Bear, I will watch it with you. I would love to. I'll always give it a try whenever he suggests things to me, so of course I watched it. The beginning of the series almost felt like a slice of life in a way. I think it definitely felt different, more comedy and less serious. And then later it progressed, it got a lot more serious and had a lot more plot going on for it. But I really appreciate the way the show started because I think it added a lot to the later parts of the show. And I'm really happy that they went that way. You know, we got a lot of character development from the beginning to the end. And I really appreciate a show that has good character development. So I thought, why not draw myself in the Steven Universe? I kind of wanted to make more Steven Universe content, not just this. So make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more content similar to this from me, because I plan on making more Steven Universe content and other fandom related content as well. Make sure to leave a comment below if there's any fandoms, shows, movies, anything that you might want me personally, Squishy, to talk about on my channel, and I might give it a try. You can also DM me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, literally on pretty much almost any platform that I have. You can find it down below. Message me if you're too scared to comment and let me know what you might want me to talk about, and I will. I am always willing to give things a try, watch things, try things. I love trying new things and I like taking your suggestions for my channel. So in the background, I am going to be drawing myself Squishy, as we all know, my adorable persona that you guys all know and love, that you get to see all the time. You get to see me, and that's the character I'm going to be drawing in Steven Universe. I wasn't completely sure what kind of gym I wanted to create as my character. I definitely wasn't the biggest fan of the show originally, as you guys can probably tell. I didn't have a bunch of OCs of Steven Universe. Well, okay, I had one OC, and it was a Lapis, and of course I gave her awesome wings like Lapis in the show, but I really didn't use her very much, and it was around that time I wasn't really happy with my art style, so I was having a hard time connecting to characters. Obviously, since I'm a little better at art, I'm connecting to characters a lot more because I can draw them a little bit better to how I envision them in my mind. I had to go back and look at the show and all of the gyms I could create that were at least canon, because I really didn't want to go off canon since there wouldn't be any references for me. I really wanted to draw myself in the Steven Universe style, or at least a style similar to that, so I really need references. So I wanted to draw a canon gym that was shown in the show, and what I ended up picking were pearls. I really like pearls. I think they're really interesting characters. They were basically servants to other higher up gyms, or gyms that had a lot of power, and I thought that was a very interesting concept. Of course, not everyone had a pearl, and I really liked that the main pearl in the show was a very interesting character. I felt like she had a very interesting dynamic with Steven, especially since Steven was Rose, and Rose no longer existed because of Steven. It added a lot of dynamic between Rose and Steven, whether you like to say it or not, because we had to think Pearl was grieving her true love, or somebody that she relied on more than anything, almost to a toxic standard. And it made me think, well, is Pearl gonna love Steven? Is Pearl gonna hate Steven? What exactly does Pearl feel about Steven at the end of the day? I also feel like the Pink Pearl would have fit my character really well, because Pink Pearl would be kind of more hyper, more feminine, more cute, and I feel like having a pink diamond would make her a little bit more childish, which my dynamic very much is. My dog has just started eating dog food in the background, so if you hear crunching, that's why. So for the outfit, I knew I kind of wanted a mix between the Pearl's outfit, the main three, that was pink diamonds, pearl, blue diamonds, pearl, white diamonds, pearl, and of course blue diamonds, pearl. All of them kind of had a wavy, almost iridescent, kind of translucent part of their outfit, which was always my favorite part, and I really wanted to keep that as part of my Pearl's outfit. So I am gonna kind of mix the Pearl's outfits together to make my own outfit, because I'm not that creative, so I'm just gonna use what I have to make my Pearl outfit. I think realistically she's gonna look a lot more like blue pearl and pink pearl kind of mixed together. I don't really know if she's really looks like yellow pearl in any way except for the sleeves, but that's the kind of thought process I'm going with. When I used to watch Steven Universe, my favorite character used to be Connie. I felt like she was a really mysterious and interesting character. I say used to be my favorite character because after I learned of what happened with Rose Quartz and Pink Diamond became my favorite character. I really liked Pink Diamond's storyline, how she turned into Rose and faked her death, her dynamics with all of her friends and trying to lead her own life. I thought she was really interesting. We get to see her storyline kind of in reverse instead of forward. So instead of seeing somebody's bad side first and then learning of them becoming good, we get to see their progressed state, their character development, and then go back before their character was really developed. And I really liked Pink Diamond because she was honestly a well-designed character. She was just pretty. She's nice to look at. I can't be the only one who thought Pink Diamond was cute. I know a lot of people don't like Pink Diamond, and I think you have a lot of valid points. And of course, Pink Diamond wasn't always the best person, but I like to think of her as a really dynamic character. She's a really three-dimensional character. She isn't just a good person. She isn't just a bad person. She is so many different things that it makes her one of the most three-dimensional characters in the show. Another character that I really liked was Jasper, because I also felt like they had a really intense character development in the show. Though a lot of characters have really good development in the show, Jasper just stood out to me in a lot of ways. Not only did she have character development, but her character development was kind of open-ended. I feel like at the end of the show, she could have developed so much more after that, and it made me look forward to if they make any more content with the crystal gems, sort of how we saw in Steven Universe Future, obviously. Originally, I was going to make my character's weapon her hair. I thought it would be really interesting if she used her hair similar to how Intrepida from She-Ra used her hair, kind of how she used it like hands, which, by the way, spoiler, She-Ra is another show that I would want to talk about on my channel and maybe make a character for. I ended up not making her weapon for my character simply because I honestly was really lazy and tired, and I just didn't want to. I didn't want to make one, so I just left it out. I may do another Steven Universe I may do another Steven Universe video where I design weapons, because I think that could be really cool. So keep that in mind with videos coming out on my channel. Something I also feel like doesn't get talked about enough was Greg and his part in Steven Universe. I feel like Greg could have been a lot more useful than he was. I kind of wish he was used a lot more, because I feel like he had a really interesting backstory and could have played a bigger role in Steven than we like to think. Not saying he wasn't a well-used character. Obviously, he got his amount of spotlight like every other character. But since he wasn't a main character, I feel like sometimes they didn't use him when they could have. Which makes sense because he wasn't a main character, obviously. But I feel like he was one of the characters that should have gotten more about him. I really liked I really liked Greg as a character because he was a dad trying to take care of his half human, half gym child. Not only that, but he was also grieving the loss of the love of his life and the mother of his child. We did get to learn, of course, his backstory, how he was a singer and he doesn't really talk to his parents and what they were like, and some of the ideas and philosophies that may have led him to being Greg Universe. But I really wish we could have gotten more of him because I loved Greg's character. I did end up adding a bow onto my character's head simply because I was having a hard time trying to add it onto the body. I thought maybe adding it to the back of her skirt would look really cute, but I think it looks really cute as a bow on her head as well. I was thinking about almost making her bow her weapon. That could be interesting, but I don't know how I'd go about it. And of course, the colors are picked from Pink Pearl, Pink Diamond, and from my own ref sheet. As for how I'd put her in the Steven universe, I thought it would be interesting if when the diamonds were deciding to give Pink Diamond her first pearl, maybe they made a bunch of pink pearls so they could pick the best one to give her, and maybe my pearl was the one that didn't get chosen and was thrown away or locked up or bubbled. Another interesting idea is my pearl was made after Steven Universe Future, and maybe some pink pearls were being made again and she was allowed out in some way. Or another interesting thing is maybe she was going to be Pink Diamond's pearl but made a mistake and got bubbled until after Steven Universe Future where she was let go. I don't know. I wasn't thinking too hard about putting my character in Steven Universe for real, but I thought it was really cute to try and put my character in the scenario of being in Steven Universe for a little bit. But yeah, I just really wanted to draw some Steven Universe art since I never really interacted with the Steven Universe fandom very much. Even though I really wanted to, I was a little late to the party. I am reading a comic on Steven Universe that's a fan-made AU where it takes place during Steven Universe Future where Spinel comes to Earth and uses her scythe to cut Steven, making him unalive. It's a really dark comic, but it's really well written and drawn. I really like it. If I can find the comic, I will link it in the description below, but I am going to give a warning. There are blood, guts, gore, and it's a very dark and disturbing comic. So if you're not in the right headspace to read something like that, make sure to skip it. But with that being said, what do you guys think of my character? Does she look cute as a pearl or no? I'd love to hear your opinions below on other fandoms or things that I should make. Remember, you can DM me on any account, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, with your ideas for videos, or even comment in my server for Discord on what I should be doing next with my channel, and I will take it into consideration. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. It means so much to me, superstars. With that being said, I hope all your dreams come true. Bye bye.